Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my video. Today we got ourselves a ZWQ S200, or in a much more familiar name, the ZWQ S200. At this point, I guess a lot of you should be really familiar with ZWQ due to the huge success of the ZWQ S100. And this is basically their new product for the sidearm class blaster. And of course, this video wouldn't be possible without the help from MacPotato for helping me to get this blaster. To those who do not know MacPotato is a local Malaysia foam dart blaster seller who sells rare imported foam dart blaster just like this one. In the same time, if you are also interested with shell ejecting foam dart blasters such as the XM1014 or even the M1887, MacPotato got you covered. The link is in the description down below. In the box, we got the blaster itself, a magazine, and a manual. And seriously, this is probably the most aesthetically pleasing and the most comfortable and the best looking sidearm that I've ever collected. And I'm not even joking. And in the same time, this is probably the most expensive sidearm that I've ever owned so far. At least for Malaysia's standard, this is not cheap. I mean, this thing costs like 259 ringgit Malaysia or something like that. I mean, holy moly. Okay, first look at the blaster. The moment you hold it in hand, it feels really comfortable. I mean, excessively comfortable. And of course, this is because of the ergonomics of the hand grip over here is not too thick, and there's this notch over here that actually helps you to rest your finger on it, which makes that holding experience so good. And not to mention that the materials of the grip over here is some sort of a leathery rubber. It feels really premium. I would say it feels like those kind of soft touch materials in automotive vehicles. In my opinion, that's pretty cool. And the model that I get over here is of course the transparent version. In my opinion, this is probably the best color for this blaster. This is basically the same kind of plastic that they use at the S100, which is a pretty robust kind of plastic. For information, there is a white version, a army green version, and of course a pink version if you are into pink blaster. But to me, the transparent one looks absolutely stunning. And of course, this is not like a full transparent plastic. It is more of a sandblasted semi-translucent plastic. And of course, the color combination of the internal and the barrel looks absolutely fantastic. So what we have over here is a red color aluminum barrel, which is sweet. Of course, from the outside we can also see the red aluminum cylinder. Okay, to prime the blaster, there is actually two pins over here. I call this lock. So basically, in order to prime the blaster, you have to pinch this 2-pin and pull the blaster just like so. If you don't press the pin, you can't prime the blaster. I think this is some sort of a safety mechanism of some sort, because this blaster doesn't really come with a safety switch. But here comes the fun part. When the blaster is not loaded or you ran out of darts, it locked the bolt. I mean, how cool is that? This is an actual functioning bolt lock. Not like the one that I've reviewed recently, the G18, that's like a fake bolt lock that serves no purposes. But this is an actual real functioning bolt lock. I mean, when you run out of darts, this is your indication. And let's try to slam the bolt lock over here. Oh my god, that feels so good. So basically, when your blaster is loaded, you can just literally pull and shoot. Just like that. But when you ran out of darts, you will engage the bolt lock function because there's no darts in there. So let us try to load some darts, lock the bolt. Oh my god. Oh my god, it feels so good. I mean, that trigger pull is extremely satisfying. Enough of the good thing, let's talk about the downside a little bit, which I don't think it is too much of a downside, which is the magazine. As you can see, this is not Talon compatible. This is probably their typical ZWQ style. is a proprietary magazine over here, which you can buy this separately. It's not too expensive. In Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken, this thing might cost you about 30 something ringgit Malaysia or something like that. I mean, it's not too bad. Okay, one more cool thing about this blaster that I forgot to mention is that this blaster actually came with a built-in fiber optic sight. I mean, holy moly! We're definitely gonna test the accuracy of this. So out of the box, the blaster does not come with accessories, does not even come with darts. So for today's testing, I will be using my favorite darts, which is the Dart Zone Max darts. So without further ado, let us go test the blaster out. For the accuracy test, 10 meters is as far as I can go because I'm not staying in a very big apartment. Okay, so the performance of the blaster is actually not bad despite of the country's FPS restriction. So this blaster can actually shoot from 102 FPS all the way to 111 FPS. Not too shabby, huh? I mean, with a little bit of modifications such as changing the spring, maybe changing the O-ring a little bit. I mean, in this blaster, you don't really need to change the O-ring. As you can see, the air seal is actually pretty good. Maybe a little bit of extra lubrication will help. And the accuracy of this blaster is of course fantastic. I mean, the fiber optic sight over here functions extremely well. It shoots pretty straight. In 10 meters, you will definitely score a hit. So far, I did not encounter any jams yet, which is a good thing. So when you're trying to prime the blaster, make sure to apply pressure upwards so that the blaster wouldn't lock itself. So this is how the blaster operates normally. It will retract itself. But if you apply pressure downwards when you are trying to prime the blaster, a few hours later, it will once in a while lock the bolt. And you can see the blaster is loaded with bamboo darts over here. Other than that, it functions perfectly. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Like this video if you like it, dislike this video if you do not like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Adios, guys!